Hi everyone, and welcome to Furniture Reincarnation, where weary furniture goes to get a new life. I'm Betsy, and I'm a former flight attendant and a retired teacher. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I taught for many, many years, and then I decided that I wanted to be able to travel more. So I applied and was accepted as a flight attendant with a local regional company. And I worked at that job for a long time, enjoyed traveling. It was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of places that I wouldn't have had the opportunity probably to have ever seen before. And some places, mostly in the United States, but some in other countries too. And everything was rolling around smoothly when the company started having some problems and began laying people off. And I was the second group of several hundred people to be laid off in that second round. And we all expected to come back to the job. However, shortly after that, the company did go out of business. And so I was left scrambling, trying to find another job. And I did work several other jobs. They were lesser paying jobs, and but I was having to work those just to be able to make ends meet. And also during that time, I was having to heavily depend on credit cards, which, as we all know, is not a good thing to do. So I ended up having some large credit card debt that I'm still working on. And then the pandemic hit, and so things just went from kind of bad to worse. But after that, I guess during the pandemic was when I discovered that I had some projects that I had time to do now that I had neglected to do over the years. I found a ladder back chair that I had basically just kept for a long time. Someday, thinking that I would basically refinish it or do something with it. And at that time, I decided to get that ladder back chair and refinish it. It had paint all over it from a friend who had used it to paint his house or done some trim work or something and had spilled paint all over it. So I first had to get all the paint off. I had to totally refinish that and strip it down. Did that and found out how much I enjoyed working with furniture and enjoyed the process, enjoyed the finished product. And y'all, I was hooked. At that time, I decided to just go out and start buying furniture and trying to fix it up. Also, I worked on some of my own furniture. I'm still working on some of my own furniture. And it's been very challenging and rewarding. It's very challenging to see a piece and see what maybe you can do with it. That's what I've been doing for the last several months now, quite a few months. And this is my first YouTube video, however. And I just wanted to share my journey with all of you out there in YouTube land. And just to let you know that we can always bounce back and do things when we think there's no hope. There's always hope. When we think things are down in the dumps, we can always try to get ourselves out of the dumps. And like I said, so I've been transforming and finding homes for furniture now for several months. Also paying down my credit card debt, and that's another one of my biggest goals is to get that paid down and paid off. And I want to thank you for joining me here today at Furniture Reincarnation. Now I want to invite you to come along with me on my journey. So in my videos, I hope to share information, demonstrate techniques and products, and encourage you to transform and restore furniture or to pursue whatever your dream may be. So at this time, I would like for you to share your ideas, suggestions, hopes, and aspirations in the comments below. And now let's begin the furniture reincarnation journey. So this piece we're going to be flipping today is this piece that I found on Marketplace. It's in pretty good shape. Actually, it's in really good shape, except for one little part. Apparently, someone had this cushion or the upholstery or something redone. And when they did this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the side of this pillow cushion sticks out. I think I measured it around a couple inches longer than it needs to be. In other words, it needs to come to here, and instead it's about 2.5 inches, I believe is what I measured, and that needs to be taken off to make the cushion fit properly. And that's what I'm going to be doing here in just a moment. Like I said, first we'll measure 2.5 inches. And that's right about here. Here, and here. Now I'm just going to take my ruler, and now just going to draw a line through here. And as I said, I've seen this done, and it was done before with a knife. All right, we'll see what happens with this bad boy. So they show just using a bread knife. So I'm going to do that. And meantime, speed it up a little bit for you all. All that squared away, and looks like the cushion is fitting much more nicely. And so now our next step, we're going to wash this bad boy and give it a good scrub, and then from there there's a few little pieces that need to be clipped. I have my clippers here, just a few little loose strands, and we're going to take care of that. And I've got here my water. Right now I'm just going to use some Dawn soap on the legs and give it a good wash and a good rinse. These legs look like they're in pretty good condition. Now it's always good to make sure you wash off your furniture. No matter what furniture it is, you want to clean it up nice before you try to sell it to someone. You want to get it in the condition that you would like to have furniture in if you're buying the furniture yourself. Bissell. This is a Bissell Spot Clean Pro, and it works really well. And so here we have the finished chair. It's all nice and dry and looking pretty good. And so the next step is to go ahead and take some pictures and go ahead and post. As you can tell, the seating is much better now. The cushion doesn't stick out the way it did before. And I'm going to go ahead and get this posted up and see what happens. All right, so now everything's listed. The chair's listed on Marketplace. And on Marketplace, you can list 20 places. So I have it listed several different places besides just Marketplace. And because I'm not sure how well this particular chair will do in my area, I have actually priced it probably lower than I would price some of my other furniture. That seems to be more, I'm not sure what the word is, maybe more, less bohemian. And so, for this piece, I have priced it at $80. Remember, it was free, so, and I don't know that I put in more than probably an hour's worth of work on it altogether, from the time that I actually did some cleaning of it and the little things that I had to do to the chair, etc. So we'll see what happens. You never know. So Better Homes and Gardens for September does have, I noticed some of the colors that are in this particular chair, has it listed, and has colors for the greens and mauves and purples, and that seems to be a pretty popular color for this season. So we'll see how this works out, and I'll let you know. So once again, thank you for joining me, and next project, hope you'll join me for that, and I'll see you next time on Furniture Reincarnation.